Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Launch Control and Artemis Return to the Moon. This is the second world in the Minecraft Artemis series that have been created in partnership with NASA and inspired by the Moon Exploration Programme. We hope this session will spark your passion for space exploration and on your journey to the moon with us this exciting coding adventure. We will join Orion's crew and put coding powers to the test as we work closely with Mission Control to complete mini missions and solve challenges in space. We will experience life as an astronaut, encounter the wonders of space flight. Well, hello everybody. My name is Sarah Snowden and I am the Minecraft Learning Centre Programme Manager in Wales. I'm a Minecraft trainer and I'm also a global mentor for Minecraft as well. And I want to start today by just explaining a little bit how this virtual session will work. We will have a mixture of time where I'll be providing, or one of my colleagues will provide information directly to you, either talking to you like this, I'll be using slides. We will also have time for learners to ask questions. And teachers, this is where you need to be ready because obviously we can't see your learners. So when they ask questions, can you please type them in the Q&A panel and then we can see them and answer them for you. And obviously we're going to have lots of time in the Minecraft world as well where we're going to be practicing our coding skills. Now, this is the second session. As I mentioned, we were live yesterday and that has been recorded and it will be going out on the Minecraft YouTube channel. Today's session will be recorded as well and that also will be going out on the Minecraft YouTube channel. Now, I'm really pleased that I've got a friend with me for today's session, as yesterday as well, and I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Manon Watkins and I'm a classroom teacher. I'm also a Minecraft trainer in one of the Minecraft learning centres here in Wales, and I'm also a Minecraft global trainer as well. And let's start today by considering what we're going to be learning.
Okay, I think that's a really good idea.
We are going to be solving coding puzzles. We're also going to be exploring various microtasks needed to complete the Artemis 2 mission.
And that all sounds really exciting. However, I think we should start by giving a little bit of background context again.
Okay, I think that would be a great idea, Sarah.
Okay, right. Well, then, in our last virtual classroom session, we started with a brief background introduction to space exploration by humans and the path from Apollo to the Artemis. We had an amazing guest live from NASA, which was Carol, who shared with us more detail of the hopes and aspirations of the Artemis missions. And she also gave us a glimpse into interesting careers that's available in NASA as well.
Yes, and we asked learners to go back into the rocket build world and interact with those NPCs in the launch control to find out more about the hundreds of different kinds of jobs involved in the Artemis programme.
That's right. Now, don't worry if you missed the first Artemis virtual classroom session. You can always watch that on the recording later, as I've said. However, I'm really pleased to say that we have another special guest with us today from NASA, and this is Rob. He's the partnership lead at NASA. So let's introduce Bob. Hi, Bob.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, I am thrilled to be here today and talk a little bit about the Artemis mission and NASA's plans for further exploration of the moon. So thank you so much for inviting me.
So it's brilliant of you to be able to join. Now, if the learners want to ask any questions, this is the point, teacher, where you need to be putting them in the Q&A and then we can fire those questions to Rob. Now, would you like to start by telling us a little bit more about your job role at NASA, please, Rob?
Yeah, so at NASA, my current role is that I work with outside organizations like Minecraft who are interested in helping to tell the NASA story to inspire students around the world and to develop tools and resources for teachers to use in the classroom. So I had the great pleasure of being an interface between the Minecraft development team and the great scientists and engineers who helped think through the challenges and the career pathways and the information that you'll find in the game.
Oh, wow. Sounds quite a challenging job role that you've got there. How did you start to work at NASA?
So I started at NASA right after college. So my whole life I had a real interest in science, math, and technology. Although I didn't pursue engineering, I was more on the education and the business side. So I happened to find myself in NASA and eventually got into the world of partnerships. And yeah, really just seeking thoughtful opportunities to share our work with students.
Interesting, interesting. So, okay, we've got some questions coming in now. Right, so we've got one here. It says, how are you able to transfer all the data gathered from space towards the space station?
Yeah, so I really appreciate you asking a question about the space station. So just to let everybody know as quick background, we have an international space station, which is the work of many nations who came together to build a space station. It's been in space for over 20 years. It has astronauts living and working aboard it right now. It's about 250 miles straight up, orbits the Earth at 17,500 miles an hour. And so we have a whole mission control facility in Houston, Texas, that is in constant communication with the space station. It's sharing data, it's sharing information, it's talking about upcoming mission priorities, research, perhaps repairs that need to occur. So it's really a big operation, but it's an operation that we're really proud has engaged multiple countries around the world to help us learn more about space so that in the future it can better position us for our continued work on the moon or trips to Mars.
Interesting. Okay. We've got another question. What does that space actually look like?
That's another great question. So we have, if you visit our website, nasa.gov, or if you check out some of the supporting Minecraft resources, you can see incredible images of space. So, for example, we have a brand new space telescope. It's only been operating for a few months, called the James Webb Space Telescope. And it is taking incredible images and collecting incredible data about the universe around us. It's looking at galaxies millions and millions and millions of light years away, showing us what they look like, showing us how they formed. You can also look at something called the James Webb, the Hubble Space Telescope, which has been up there for much longer and also has incredible imagery of nebula and galaxies, other stars, planets being born. So definitely check out the resources online if you want to learn more about what space looks like. I think it's something that we've really learned a lot about in the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah, certainly, yes, some brilliant images available. We've got another question that's come in. It said, what challenges have you encountered among stakeholders who would take part of this mission, the Artemis mission?
Yeah, so to speak just for a second about the Artemis mission. So it is a plan to return to the moon. So our hope is that in the next 2 to 3 years, we'll have people once again walking on the surface of the moon. And this time we are going to build a sustained presence. So we're going to use the moon for deeper exploration and to test technologies that will eventually take us to Mars. So Artemis 1 was a mission that launched in November of last year, landed in December, tested the technology, uncrewed, no one aboard it, tested all the technology for the rocket. We're getting ready to launch Artemis 2, hopefully in the next 12 months or so. In fact, we should be naming the crew of Artemis 2 in the next week or so, publicly naming the crew of Artemis 2. And so that will be an orbit around the moon, final test of technology, thinking about what we're going to need to land. And then there's Artemis 3, which will eventually hopefully put the first woman on the moon. So we're very excited about that. So challenges, it's another international effort. We are working with, for example, the European Space Agency on this. So talking about the design and the integration of all the different parts is really important. Thinking about the mission profile, thinking about the approach, all of the safety and technology necessary to put a crew up there. So there are thousands of people working on this mission, not just here in the United States, but all across the world. Scientists, engineers, technicians, artists helping us conceptualize what the mission is going to look like. So I think the coordination is a particular challenge, and making sure the technology is safe is critical importance to us as well.
Thank you, Rob. So we've got another question is, how long does it actually take to build a rocket?
So to build a rocket from original design, someone sitting down and using computer tools to do the initial design, to actually putting it together to assemble to flight is many years. Many years, could be 10 years, 15 years from original design to launch, sometimes quicker, depending upon the rocket though. But Artemis is the most powerful rocket ever designed and built, so this is one that took at least a decade to pull together. So yeah, the first test launch last year was incredibly successful, performed just the way we'd hoped, and so we're really looking forward to the next step in the journey.
Okay, so now we've got the rocket built. The next question was, how long does it take to train somebody to become an astronaut and be able to actually, go on one of these missions?
Yeah, so astronaut crew training is also another multi-year effort where first astronauts get general training. So they learn they learn about all the dynamics of space flight and really study safety and the scientific research connected to it. And then astronauts get assigned a specific mission, and they may train for up to 2 or 3 years on that specific mission, or quicker, just depending upon the length and complexity of the mission. For trips to the International Space Station, an astronaut may stay up there for a year, 12 months. So there's a lot of training that goes into that. For new spacecraft, there's also lots of training, like with Artemis. But yeah, it's generally going to be a year or more.
Wow, quite a long time then. So you've mentioned there's lots of different kinds of people involved in the Artemis program and different countries and that. So could you tell us a little bit more about the different kinds of jobs and roles that are actually needed for the Artemis program?
Yeah, many different jobs connected with Artemis. It's really one where scientists, engineers, technicians, folks in computer science, folks in design all need to come together to make this successful. So we, of course, have engineers who actually think about the individual components. We have many incredibly skilled technicians who are actually responsible for the fabrication and assembly of the different parts, stacking the rocket down at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. We have a ground team that gets it ready for launch, looks at the fueling and the safety. We have many folks supporting computer science, thinking about the software, the controls. But yeah, it's definitely a team of thousands of people. We even have folks who are artists who help tell the story, folks who are photographers who capture the imagery, the scientific imagery. So yeah, there's lots of potential career paths connected to space and space exploration.
Okay, and we've got another question here, is how would this help the future generations to engage themselves to pursue the careers pertaining to this type of industry?
Yeah, so I think something unique that occurred in the Minecraft games is that the Minecraft team was really thoughtful about, one, raising awareness of career opportunities. You already mentioned that rocket build game where there are many opportunities to interact with characters in the game and learn about 12, 15 different careers. Then in that second game, there are some thoughtful coding opportunities that help you learn a little bit about scenarios that we encounter at NASA and start thinking about that approach to problem solving. One thing we value in all the people who work with the NASA team is definitely you need your technical skills, but really need to think about a thoughtful approach to problem solving, because oftentimes we're trying things for the first time, and you often get results that you don't anticipate. So thinking about that creative problem solving, I think that's something that you'll find within this second Minecraft game.
Yes, I know. Yes, so I know from my own childhood, that was when the Apollo missions were, the program had been landed on the moon. And the 1960s NASA program has been an eminent kind of inspiration for future scientists. Also, one field of science that has seen tremendous growth since then is obviously computer science, and obviously coding is at the heart of that. How important is coding to the Artemis program?
Yeah, I think coding is foundational in the design work that we do. Foundational when we start thinking about all the software necessary to compute the rocket, the navigation systems, the the other pieces and parts that help us with telemetry and understanding our location and communications back and forth. So yeah, there's many different connected aspects to computer science and coding. Oftentimes we just think about the hardware, the rocket, but that coding and software is essentially what makes it helps us find success with the mission.
Oh, thank you so much for taking the time to come and talk to us today, Rob. I'm really pleased that you've been able to join us, and I'm sure the learners have found this really interesting and fascinating as I did. But I think we need to be getting on so we can actually get some coding done with these learners. So thank you again. And we'll move back over to Manon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that, Rob. That was really fascinating. In fact, it got me thinking just how important coding is and has been to the space program. Did you know that back in 1935 that all coding was done by humans? Back then, there were no real computers, so people had to do complicated calculations by hand, like figuring out the paths of spacecraft.
Wow.
And also, very interesting is the fact that these human computers were women. Their calculations would chart the course of many groundbreaking space missions, yet their stories remain mostly unknown. Teachers, there are some fantastic follow-up lessons available from the Challenger Centre that covers this topic in much more depth than we have time for now.
Oh, yeah, I would really encourage you to go and have a look at those. Okay. So this was an amazing army of women. The coding, sometimes called computer programming, is now how we communicate with computers, give a computer directions to do a task. And at NASA, it is used, as Rob's already been saying, to build and test spacecraft, to detect problems, to monitor the weather, look at space debris as well, navigate through space, communicate with the astronauts in space, and transmit and receive and secure data as well. So coding's got lots and lots of connections, and coding can look like steps or a set of directions that tells the computer what to do. And as we said at the start, we're going to be joining Orion's crew and put our coding powers to the test. So are you ready to get started?
I know I am, so welcome explorers, and we need your help. The world we're going to use today has the ability to be played as a single player experience or as a multiplayer experience up to 4 players. But today we will be working as individuals to complete a series of tasks while you're traveling in space. So you're going to be responsible for successfully completing tasks to earn points. So the first thing we need to do is open the Artemis Return to the Moon world. So teachers, please can you make sure your learners are following along and are able to open the world. So I'm just going to show you here how you can open the world. So if you're on the main landing page, you want to click play. Click then on the view library from the dashboard. Then click on subject kits in the top left-hand corner of this dashboard. And then fourthly, from the menu on the next dashboard, you want to click on science. Click then on additional lessons, and finally click on the Artemis Return to the Moon, and your world will download for you.
Thank you for those instructions, Manon. They will take a little while to download because there's a lot of resources there. So, however, when it does open, this will be your first spawn point, and you were prompted to make some in-game decisions about how you're going to play. So the first you need to choose is which type of device you're using to play in the world, whether it's keyboard or touch controls. Now we're using a keyboard, so I'm going to use keyboard. Now we need to decide which coding language we're going to use. We have the choice of blocks or Python. Now, blocks is best for beginners or players who are who've never coded before as well. So we're going to use blocks, and we'd encourage you to do the same today. You should only really choose a Python if you have coded in this before and if you've got your teachers there to be able to help you. You'll be asked to confirm that you've chosen the correct language. And please, I ask everyone to wait here after you've chosen. Yes, we are going to join Manon now, who is back waiting for us in the Orion. And teachers, can you make sure that your learners do actually wait here for us?
Brilliant. So, hi everyone. I hope you can see my Minecraft screen there. So I hope you're all at the same point now and waiting for me here. As we said earlier, this world has been built for multiplayer. So teachers, we would encourage you to try this with your learners once they are familiar with playing and coding in the single player mode, as we're going to do in this virtual classroom session. So because we are single players, we need to just click on next. So let's do that. And now it's saying this would be in the multiplayer that you're waiting for everyone, but we are going to press got it and we are ready. So we're nearly ready to launch. However, to activate the launch, we need to open Code Builder. So Code Builder is the in-game coding editor. And to open Code Builder, we need to press C on our keyboard. So I'm going to press C on my keyboard. And this will open the Code Builder console for us to use. Okay, so you should see a coding block that says Go for Launch in the toolbox. Hopefully you can find that and drag it over and fit it inside the On Start command. Once I've done that, I can press Start down here and hopefully we'll be launched.
Wow, what a launch. Okay, so we're going to be doing lots of coding today, and some learners might be new to Code Builder. Do you think it'd be a good idea just to do a quick run over the Code Builder console?
Yes, good idea. So learners will wait here while Sarah runs through this for you.
Okay. Hopefully that's going to share with you now. There we go. Okay, so as Manon mentioned, Code Builder is the in-game coding editor. There are specific features that you can use throughout the game. So this first part that I'm highlighting here, this is the coding task. And that's the specific information that you'll need to do to create the actual code that we're working on at the moment. That will always be at the top. This is the coding toolbox. Any code blocks that you're going to need will be available in this sidebar here, and you'll be able to drag them into the coding workspace. So this is the coding workspace, and this is where you'll be able to actually build your code up in this designated area. These buttons will allow you to zoom in on the coding workspace by using the plus button, and you can also zoom out by using the minus button. Very important ones here. These buttons will allow you to undo the action and redo the action. And last but not least is our little green button down in the bottom right hand corner, and pressing that button will actually cause the code to run. And in this game, obviously, we're going to be doing lots of coding as well. So back to our mission now.
Brilliant. Okay, so I think we've got a good understanding now of the Code Builder. Thank you, Sarah. So we're back on Orion, and Capcom was telling us about G-force. We can only imagine what that feeling must be like. But if you've ever been on a roller coaster ride, you know that feeling you get.
Oh, you mean that kind of like really heavy feeling when you're accelerating down?
Yeah, that's the one. So in the UK, 4.5 is the highest G-force roller coaster ride, and you only actually feel that for about a millisecond. So astronauts feel up to 6 Gs for the full duration of the liftoff.
Whew, not sure I'd fancy that one. Anyway, we've got a mission to complete, so let's get on.
Good point. I'm going to click on next. Okay, as this is the first time here, I think it would be a really good idea to let Capcom go through the console with us. So I'm going to click on yes. Okay, got it. So look left or right and interact with the blinking button to begin. So let's have a look around. Oh, I can see my fellow astronauts. Okay, here. Right, let's click on this flashing button. Wow. Okay, interacting with that button later will retract your console back on the wall. Your main screen is where you can track your journey. The further along the Orion is, the closer you'll be to the end of the mission. Okay, so interact with the blinking button on the left screen when you're ready to proceed. Okay, I see that fidget button.
I
Yeah.
like that name.
So, okay, the astronauts can do things like check their emails, turn their lights on and off, chat with Capcom. Okay, cool. Next, let's learn how to start our mission critical task. So we'll begin by interacting with the blinking buttons on the screen to the right. Okay, so yeah, I can see them. So we can see the console here is our main screen to track our journey, and further along the Orion is, the closer you'll be to the end of the mission. Okay.
Well, I think Capcom is right. It's time to start our mission critical tasks. We can access our mission critical tasks by interacting with those blinking buttons on the right hand. However, before we start, I want to explain a few things to you. Now, the objective of the mission is to get as many points as possible before you splash down back to Earth. Now, you only get 10 minutes to gain these points, so you need to think and code fast before you move on to another mission critical task. Now, each task is worth a set number of points, and you can find out how much a task is worth by looking at that trophy icon that will have the number of points you get. The number, as I say, will be listed on that trophy, and you would get those points if you're successful in your mission. Now, for example, mission critical task is worth 1 point, some tasks are worth 2 points, and some special tasks actually require the whole crew. Now, the icon shows you how many crew members are required for start the task. So, for example, if you just go back and have that's it, that bottom bit. That's the one. That means you just need 1 crew member to complete that. And as we're only playing in here at a single, that's what we need to be able to do. And we're playing single player mode. We need to stick to those mission critical tasks that have got that number 1 crew member. Now there are 8 missions altogether, and for single people, that is, okay, and there are 4 that are shown at the moment, and as you complete one they actually scroll round. So as you complete a mission successfully, a new mission critical task will be included in that list.
So we're going to choose our first mission critical task and walk you through it. But don't worry if you haven't got this mission yet in your list, you can just watch us for now. And we're going to be working out movements and calculations for our code. So it would be a good idea to have some paper and a pencil handy. So I'll give you a minute just to get some ready, and then we'll attempt this mission together.
I'll better go and get a pencil myself.
Okay, so I've got my pencil and paper ready. So let's get started. I've clicked on this mission first. Let's give this one a go. So I'm going to interact with the confirm switch here.
Okay, just remember, learners, if you've not got that mission visible, just watch us and then you can have a go at the next one.
Okay, our objective here is to choose a location for the Orion splashdown. Let's click next to find out more.
Okay, so several large storms are interfering with the planned splashdown location of Orion, and we need to find a new location that's safe from thunder and lightning. So check the monitor for a location and that's clear to land for storms, and then enter into the landing system. Okay, I've got it, I think. Oh,
Got it. Okay. Wow, I can see many storms down there. So let's press C to code.
okay. So at the top there, you can, when it opens up, there we go. Right. So at the top of the code builder, you'll see what we need to do. So using the grid, choose a new splashdown location using a set location block that is clear of storms and that isn't over any land.
Okay, learners, let's see if we can do this together. Remember, some coding challenges have different ways to solve them, so you might have found a different location to me. So let's drag the set location block into the on start block. And now let's look back at the grid to choose our location. So I'm going to click on this side of the screen to look back at the grid. And I'm going to choose somewhere clear, no storms. I think I'll go for I1. I think that's...
Yeah, that looks pretty clear there, doesn't it? Yeah.
Okay, let's click C again to return to the code builder. I'm going to change this set location to I, and then change the number 0 to 1. And then we're going to press play to run the code. Let's see.
Wow. Okay, so mission complete. Hooray! We found a safe location and we should be ready for splashdown. The new coordinates have been shared with the welcome team and we are clear for re-entry.
Well done if you managed to complete this mission, but don't worry if you didn't. There are many more missions for us to try. So let's press got it and we will go back and choose another mission. Okay, let's have a look. So we've got more choices here. Remember, we're just going to play the single player ones today. I think I'm going to click on this one here and I'm going to confirm, and we are loading.
Okay, so here we need to mark down 3 lunar landing sites.
Okay, and here's the mission briefing. We found 13 places near the moon's south pole where we might be able to land safely. So the 3 places should be relatively flat, have good communication with Earth, and have lots of ice nearby. Use the probe to mark the landing sites.
Okay, I think I've got it. It's a bit more complicated, this one. So let's open up the code builder and see what that has to say. I'll probably give us a little recap in that top bar if you remember once it opens up. Okay, so using the grid, we need to mark 3 locations that have ice and are perfectly flat. Let's have a better look at that grid again by clicking on the left-hand part of your screen, Manon.
So how about we let the learners have a go at this one by themselves?
Okay, good idea. We'll give you a few minutes. We'll play some music and just give you a couple of minutes to try that one out, and we'll come back to you.
Good luck.
you're managing that okay. Shall we give it a go and let's try and work through it together now?
Okay, so I can see some areas that look flat and have ice. How about G1?
G1, yeah, that looks quite cool.
Let's drag that block into the onStart command and we'll change the location to G and then G1.
Okay, that looks a good place to land.
Let's have a look back at the grid now.
Okay, what about F6?
Okay, I think that would be good. Let's drag another mark location below the first one and change it to F and 6.
Okay,
Right,
so
we just need one more spot, hopefully, to pass this mission.
Yes, okay. I think what about C5?
Yeah.
Shall we add that to our code?
C5.
Yeah.
Okay, let's run this code using the start button at the bottom. Fingers crossed. Our mission is complete.
Wow.
Capcom says they're receiving data from the probes and they'll analyze it to see which site would be best for landing. Great job.
And again, don't worry if you didn't achieve this mission. There's plenty more to complete. Which one shall we have a go at next? Look, like our codes, sorry, our points are coming up there. So you can see, oh yeah.
Yes.
So we've got 2 points. Whoa.
Fantastic. And we're getting closer and closer. Okay.
Yes, we're moving on that path.
Let's go for, I quite fancy this one here. Shall we try this one?
Okay, this is asteroid mining, is it?
Looks like an asteroid. Yes, asteroid mining. This one looks really interesting. Okay, we ready?
Okay, so asteroid mining. Ooh, what's our mission here, I wonder?
So collect a mineral sample from the asteroid. So astronomers have found an asteroid flying near Earth that may contain rare earth metals such as gold. Navigate the probe to the marked site and mine for samples to test. Okay, I've got it.
So learners, press C to code and we'll give you a chance to try this mission again. We'll play some music, so good luck.
Good luck. Okay, my fellow astronauts, I hope you've managed to attempt to collect a sample. So hopefully you used the rover move block to navigate the rover, as I will do now. So let's drag that block here. And the rover needs to move to the right once. So let's move this arrow and change that to 1. We then need the rover to move down. How many blocks do we need it to move down? 1, 2, 3.
3, yeah, I would agree.
Oh, what happened there? What's happening?
Oh no.
I'm moving about.
Oh, have we run out of time?
I think we have.
I think we're going for splashdown.
We are going for splashdown.
Oh no, does that mean that's it? We can't go back and carry on with the missions?
Let's have a look. What's going to happen now? I think we have splashed back down to Earth, haven't we? And we didn't get to complete that last mission for some more points?
We just got 2 points so far.
Okay.
Bobbing about in that water.
We are.
Do you think he's going to let us back in?
I hope so.
Oh, if some of you may have come down to your splashdown, and it may give you the chance to go back in. We seem to have just got stuck here in the water, so maybe we'll have to escape and rejoin that way.
Yes. So Capcom should come and tell us what rank we've achieved.
Yeah.
So hopefully you can see that on your screens. Not sure why we're not seeing it.
Too much water.
Okay. Yes. Okay, let's get back in. I think what do you think, Sarah? Shall we give it another go and see if we can get some more points?
Yeah, because 2 points is not brilliant, is it? I think we can do better this time. Now we've got an idea what we're doing.
We know what we're doing. So this time we can work a bit more efficiently.
Just remember, learners, don't worry if you've been kicked out.
Yeah.
If Capcom's come back, you can go back in, or you can just reload the world.
Yeah. These things happen.
Take it a little bit at a time. But obviously when you go back in, you don't have to go through all the instructions of how to use the screen, etc. We can get straight to the actual activities.
But it's a lot of fun trying to improve our score. I can see me playing this for a long time.
Yeah. Definitely to do better than 2.
Yes.
Because if you remember, learners, you've got 8 missions altogether. So you've got a number of different times that you can go in and try and increase those points that you get.
I think my coding is improving as I'm working through the challenges as well. It's got me really thinking about breaking things down into smaller steps and thinking how we can succeed in the missions. It's really got me thinking and using my coding skills.
Yeah, so computational thinking.
Yes.
And that's why it's always handy to have a pencil and paper there as well, because you can just kind of jot things down and try and work things out. If you can't always just do it in your head.
So hopefully you've been able to re-enter. As Sarah said, you only get about 10 minutes to pass those missions. So we can go back in, choose our keyboard. We want blocks again, and we're ready to launch back. If you remember, we need to go for launch.
So you will have to launch each time, won't you?
Yes, you will. Yes. So hopefully you're all getting along okay with this in the classroom. We're going to go for launch again.
Okay, we've got somebody asking if this recording is going to be available for future lessons. Yes, it is. It will go up on the Minecraft YouTube channel, and it'll also be put on that registration page where you registered for this session as well.
Okay, so we are in the Capcom module, and do we want the Capcom to show us around again? No, we've got a hang of it now. So let's get straight into it. And which mission are we going to go for here, Sarah?
Okay.
What about Earth pollution?
Oh, yes.
That one?
I think that's going to be an interesting one.
I think that one would be great. So let's confirm this and let's try and work through these now to get a better score.
Okay, so Capcom is giving our mission objectives, which is to launch a CubeSats over cities where you can see large pollution clouds.
So one way to combat pollution is to understand the source of these pollutants and how they react with our atmosphere. So Los Alamos National Laboratory has built a tiny satellite called the NanoSat Atmospheric Chemistry Hyperspectral Observation System.
Well,
Or
that's
for
easy for you
short,
to say.
nachos. Do you know what? I prefer that little abbreviation.
Nachos, yeah. Okay. So we need to use nachos to get this important information about our atmosphere. So I think I've got it. So let's press C to code. And learners, you have a go if you've got this one available.
We'll give you some music to have a go and we'll work through it together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see how to complete this mission. Again, here's an example. I'm going to use my pen and paper to jot down some locations. So using the grid, we need to locate and deploy CubeSat over 3 cities that have visible pollution.
Okay, so looking at that grid, I think I'd go for I1.
Yes.
If we just pop back to look at the grid again after you've filled that one in.
I'll make a note of these and put them all together. Okay, so
okay,
I1.
E1.
Yes.
And what about B2?
Right. Brilliant. Let's put those in. So we've got I1, we've got E1 and B2. And let's run this code.
Oh, we've got to get a point. Complete.
Mission complete.
Yeah.
Well done. The naturalist data has been received. Fantastic. Okay, let's return. And let's choose another.
We've got our 1 point up there. Yeah.
Yes, we have. Which one shall we go for? Shall we try and attempt the space junk? This one, I think it's got lots of junk flying around.
Okay, yeah.
Let's go for space junk.
Space junk. Okay, so this mission we need to guide the agent and collect 3 pieces of space junk.
Okay, it's estimated that over 100 million pieces of debris orbiting the Earth.
Good grief, that's a lot of junk flying around there.
Yes, it is. So this space junk can be big things like broken satellites and old rockets, or even small things like tiny paint flecks. And space junk moves really fast, over 25,000 kilometers per hour.
Whew. Now, if this junk crashes into other satellites, like the station, the ISS, it could cause big problems, couldn't it? Now, NASA made a special spacecraft, I know, to actually clean up space junk, and the vehicle is so light, 8 of them can be launched at any one trip.
Okay, wow. Let's see if we can help clear some of this space junk then.
Okay. Right, well, I think the learners should have a go as well at this, so we'll give you some time to attempt this mission. Good luck, and we'll play some music. We shall have a
Okay,
go.
yeah, if you had this mission, did you manage to clear that space junk? Let's see if I can do it too. So I've made some notes on my paper to help me. And I'm firstly going to get the agents to move. We just need one block of them first. And I want him to move down, so he's a bit closer. So I'm going to move down 4 blocks. I then want him to move across.
Going to have to come across, yeah.
So again, we do need another one, but changing the arrow across how many times? Let's look. He's gone down 4 and then 1, 2. Back into the code builder.
And then you'll be able to do the collect debris.
Yes.
Code, yeah.
Okay, that I can see that block there. Right, we now need to move.
Pieces.
Yeah, across some more. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks across.
Yeah.
I think again, this code is a little bit longer than we've done previously. Okay,
you should be able to pick another piece up though. Now you've got 6 blood. Yeah. A second piece of junk.
And then move up. 1, 2, 3, I think. Let's try that. And let's scroll down a little bit. Remember, we can zoom in, zoom out to have a better look. And I'm going to collect, hopefully, the last piece of space junk. And I'm going to press play.
My fingers. There he goes. Thank you, agent. That's 1, 2, 3. Yay, we've completed. So we've got 2 points now.
Excellent. Thanks for keeping the space around Earth clean and junk free. You're welcome. Okay, now we have
2 points on our trophy.
We do. I'm going to go for this bottom one here. This looks interesting. Okay, let's go. Mars Recon. Okay. In this mission, we need to capture an image of the potential Mars landing spot.
Okay, so here's the mission briefing from Capcom. New data has revealed a possible landing spot for our future missions to Mars. The Ingenuity Mars helicopter, Guinea, is at our disposal. So navigate Guinea over the location and gather additional image data.
Okay, so learners, do you think you can navigate the rover? Good luck, and we'll play you some music to attempt this mission on your own. So good luck.
Now we're going to give it a go now.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if we can do this. See the right. So we'll get the coin up, and the rover is called Ingenuity. So we need that Ingenuity move block. Okay, and we need to move the right 3 blocks. Do you think 1, 2, 3?
Yes.
Yeah, 3. Okay.
3.
Now we need to move him down, so we'll need to bring another block over and change the arrow to a down.
I spotted him. I've forgotten to change the arrow on that first one. And I think we are going for splashdown again.
And we still haven't got past our 2 points.
We haven't. I think we are going to be splashing. Here we go.
I bet that water's going to be cold again.
It is.
Splashdown. Hopefully Capcom will come and speak to us again.
Maybe we didn't score enough points to even try. You don't want us back.
I don't think he likes us today.
How many points have you managed so far, learners? Put it in the chat how many points you managed. Have you managed more than us?
Oh,
here we go.
There now. Yeah.
Okay, congratulations. We are the Artemis generation. Your experience as an astronaut just the beginning. So keep your eyes towards the stars and keep dreaming big. And we have reached the rank of astronaut. Is that good, Sarah?
That's very good.
I think that's good for what we've achieved.
Seeing as Rob said it would take over a year. So.
Yes, exactly. So there are many more missions to complete. And if your entire team is ready, if you're ready, you can click the replay button. Shall we give it another go, Sarah?
I think we should give it another go, yeah.
Let's replay. But
let's, while we're getting this started, if some of the learners could shout out to the teachers what, oh, somebody's got 7. Wow.
Wow, that's amazing.
That is fantastic. Okay, let's see what some
I need
of
to up
the
my
learners
game.
have got. Yeah. Somebody else has got 2. Yeah, we're sticking on 2.
We're astronauts. It's all good.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to repeat the initial launch.
We must have something in between 2 and 7.
Yes, we're going to do better this time.
It's hard doing it in that 10 minutes.
It is. You've got to be quite quick. Okay, so would we like to have a look around? No, we're going to go straight into it, and we're going to try one of these. Which one shall we attempt? What about this bottom one? What do you think?
Okay, which one is
Lunar Garden? I think this one is called.
Yes, I like doing a bit of gardening.
I like gardening too. Let's give it a go. Okay. In this mission, we need to plant 3 seeds onto the lunar regolith. So let's click next to find out more. Astronauts on the Apollo mission brought back soil from the moon known as regolith. Scientists even grew mustard plants in it on Earth.
Well, that's fascinating.
Isn't it? So the Artemis mission will try growing plants on the moon. So we need to plant 3 seeds in the lunar regolith and observe the results.
Okay, right, let's do this, learners. Press your C, start planting. We'll play some music and we're going to get through this a bit quicker.
We are. Good luck. So again, there are different ways to achieve this mission. How would you do it, Sarah?
Okay, so I think I'm going to move the agent down by 3. Now he has the planting spots in front of him.
Okay, good idea. Now you need to move him 1 across so that he's on top of the planting area.
Yeah. Okay, let's get another agent move block and change that by 1. And then drag the plant seed block.
That's the one, yes.
Yeah, and we need to move the agent 2 blocks. So, and then plant seed. So another move block and change that to 2. And then a plant seed block. And I'm crossing my fingers. I always think it helps crossing your fingers.
It does. Let's give it a go. Hopefully, if you're on the same mission as us, you can have a look at what we've done here and cross your fingers for us as well.
There goes agent.
Oh, good.
Hey, complete.
Amazing. They grew.
So who knew you could grow plants on there?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll start growing plants on the moon in the future.
Maybe we will. Right.
Okay. What point we need to get another mission now.
Got 1 point. I'm going to go for this one. Looks colourful. I'm going to give this a go.
Oh, that looks very colourful. So
yes, I like
Aurora Pictures, I think this will be.
Yes, okay.
in this mission, we need to take 3 pictures of the aurora borealis to share back to Earth.
Wow, how beautiful are the aurora borealis?
Oh, yeah, yes, they're absolutely incredible. And I know that on Earth we really know them as the Northern Lights, and they are beautiful show of lights in the sky, and it's caused by particles from the sun hitting the Earth's atmosphere. And astronauts have actually taken pictures of the auroras from the unique perspective above the Earth. So let's not miss our chance here. Let's see if we can get some pictures as well. Okay, I think Manon's gonna mute.
Sorry, that was my school bell going. I thought I'd try and hide the sound. Okay, so let's look at this grid. We need to take 3 pictures. So again, we'll give you a few minutes if you're on the same mission as us, and then we'll work through it together. So good luck, guys. Just a couple of minutes. Okay, I've had a look at the grid and I've noted down where I want to take a picture.
Okay.
So drag that block. I'm going to choose C3. I'm also going to choose E3.
Okay.
And F3. And I hope those pictures will be just right. Let's press play. Complete.
Hooray. Okay, so we should have 2 points in our trophy.
Excellent. Let's try and fit another one in now.
Yes, let's see if we can at least get to 3 this time.
Right, so some of these we nearly managed to complete last time. Shall we try that Mars one again?
Okay.
We nearly managed it last time, didn't we? Let's see.
So is that the asteroid mining one? No, oh no, yes, I know.
The Mars Recon. Okay, so we need to capture a potential Mars landing spot, if you remember. We did nearly manage this last time.
Yes, yeah. So here's our briefing. We've got the data revealed as possible landing spot for the future missions to Mars. And we've got to use the Ingenuity Mars helicopter, Guinea.
Okay. So shall we work through this one together, Sarah?
Yes, I think we should, yeah.
Let's see, we did start it last time, so I'm sure many of you managed to complete this. So we needed to move the rover down by 4 blocks.
Yeah.
We then wanted to move Ingenuity across 3 blocks.
Yeah.
That's where we got to, wasn't it? We needed to take a picture. And hopefully, are we going to get more points than last time?
Go.
Complete.
Hey!
Yay!
So we should have 3.
Got it. We're doing better. We're doing better. Okay.
Yes, 3.
3.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Shall we try and fit another one in before we get splashed down?
Let's try the asteroid mining because we nearly did this one as well.
We did.
Looking back at my notes now that I started last time, we needed to collect a mineral sample from the asteroid, didn't we?
Yeah. So we need to press C again. We've got to move the rover around this time, haven't we?
That's it. So rover move across by just 1 block.
1, yeah. And then he's going to have to move down.
3 blocks.
3, yeah.
And across again.
Yeah. 1 block, yeah.
And then we need to actually mine the asteroid.
Yeah, exactly.
And click play.
Complete, yay! I think
we've done it. The probe sensors detected large amounts of gold as well as trace amounts of nickel and iron. Very interesting. Excellent. Okay, well, how many points have we got?
4. we've got up there now.
Got
So,
4 points.
ooh, we're doing much better. Shall we have
Excellent.
another quick go? See if we can get another one in.
Which one do you fancy?
That looks like a test tube or something up there.
That one. Let's
Yeah.
attempt that one.
Which one's that?
I think is this might be one we've done before.
The pollution one, right?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So we needed to launch CubeSats over cities where we could see large pollution. Okay. Oh, the nachos. Do you remember?
We do. Yes, the nachos.
There we go.
Have you still got your notes?
Yes, I think. Let's have a look for them here. Yeah, I've got them here. Perfect. So this is each time we play it, we can use the notes and we can develop our coding skills even better. We can think back to a code we've done previously.
Excellent.
So that's excellent. Okay, so we chose last time I won.
Did.
We chose E1 and B2. And then I'm going to press play. And you notice at the bottom there, it's given us a warning now, re-entry in 1 minute. Okay, so yes, we've completed that one. The nachos data has been received, has been analysed. Excellent. Let's see how many points we've got.
5.
We've got 5. That's
Oh,
better. That is much better. So we've got some other challenges here, which we'll explain in a moment, won't we, Sarah? The ones at the top there.
Yeah. Because these are if you've got more than one player, if you're going to go in as a group, which we'll just talk to your teachers about a little bit, and we'll just wait for our splashdown, which should be happening. Yes, you can see it, feel it. We're shaking.
Splashdown again. Okay, that was quite hard at times, wasn't it? But it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, and it was just amazing. So congratulations, all you learners. So you've returned from your journey around the moon, and we've reached the rank as astronauts. Yay! Well, I think it was a great job. But there's a lot more missions to complete, and it's nearly time for us to actually close this virtual classroom. But before we do, I just want to go back to our slides just to share a little bit of information with you. Hopefully that should be coming up on your screen. There it is. Okay, so Capcom has informed us that we've earned our Artemis Mission certificate, which is a fantastic achievement. So well done, everyone.
And teachers, once your learners press the Get Certificate button, it'll open a PDF in the browser. So it might be a good idea to save one of these off, and then you can print them off for your learners and add their names too. So this is what it looks like.
Yeah, wow, it's I'm definitely going to print mine, and I'm going to hang it on my wall in my office.
Oh, me too. Remember, you can always play again to see if you can gain more points and rank up even higher.
Right, yeah. So now there's another way. Obviously, if you did all 8 games, you'd get 8 points, and that's as high as you go as a single player. But there's another way to gain more points, is to play as a team. Now remember, we said that this world has been specially built to be a multiplayer world as well. So it's been designed so that you can have teams of up to 4 playing in the same world. So there'd be the 4 astronauts in the Orion. Okay, now there's more mission critical tasks that'll get more points because you've got a bigger team in there. Now, teachers, you might want to think about setting a time in, of the next few days or so, where you could split your class up into teams of 2 to 4s, and the teams could actually play and see which teams come up with the most points. You'll be building some great communication skills, team building skills, working together like that, and working out the codes together and getting more points.
I really like that idea. I think I'll give that a go. And let's have a quick look at what the additional mission critical tasks are. So we've got different missions for the multiplayer. We have got ice drilling, so where we need to locate and collect lunar ice samples. We've also got moon mapping, where we need to mark 3 locations on the south pole of the moon and navigate Viper to each one. We've got building blocks, where we need to collect lunar material to create building blocks. We've also got crew meals, where we have to rehydrate ingredients and build pizzas for the crew. Now that sounds like a brilliant mission.
It does.
We've also got the 4-player missions. So this is the docking test, and in this activity you will test the docking using NASA docking system. And in this activity you will test the proximity operations demonstration sequence. Very high tech.
Ooh, definitely 4 people to do that, I think.
Yes.
So yeah, so playing and coding in a multiplayer world will help your learners develop an understanding of the importance of collaboration and communication, the team with the teammates, and they need this in order to actually successfully complete these critical missions as well and earn those higher points. Now, also teachers, we did mention this yesterday as well, that if you want to carry on this amazing topic of Artemis, yes, you've got these 2 Minecraft worlds. We have got a 3rd world coming in the near future as well, but there's a whole range of resources as well that have been created by the Challenger Centre, and these are going to take your learners' understanding to another level. They are amazing. They are amazing. Yes, I mean, I've learned so much just by going through these. So I would really like to say thank you for your participation today, and thank you, Manon, for joining me again, and thank you so much to Rob for joining us from NASA. If you've got any other questions you want to give to NASA, pop them in the Q&A now as well, because we know they've told us they will answer these for us, and we can email it out to all you teachers. So congratulations again for your lunar journey, and you are part of this new generation of explorers and astronauts and visionaries. And remember, I've lost a slide. I've lost my slide completely, never mind. So it's going to put that over. That, but you are the Artemis generation, and your experiences as astronauts in Minecraft are just the beginning. So as Capcom said, keep your eyes towards the stars and keep dreaming big. So bye everyone for now.
Bye, thank you.